Hello, I am Melissa Lund, Kitsap County Parent Coalition Coordinator, and this is my son, Derek. He is also one of my family members that I've been isolating with during the COVID pandemic, so we do not have to wear masks and when we are around each other, but I hope all of you out there are remembering to wash your hands and wear your masks when in public to lessen the risk of giving or catching the virus. Today, we are going to do a little cooking demonstration. We are working with Holly Ridge on their Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service grant. This celebrates the legacy of Dr. King and his commitment to service by inspiring and promoting inclusive volunteerism and food security. Holly Ridge Center, that provides birth to 3 early intervention services and an adult employment program, helping adults with differing abilities find meaningful and lasting employment, are working with us. Also, we have the great Erica Delma from Holly Ridge, who is our behind the camera for us, videotaping. Martin Luther King Jr. was a minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. King is best known for advancing civil rights through nonviolence and civil disobedience. He endured many obstacles during his nonviolent resistance protests, in which he called out segregation, racial inequality, poverty, and other civil rights issues. He was a great speaker, and one of his most famous speeches is the I Have a Dream speech given during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in August of 1963, in which he called out for civil and economic rights and an end to racism in the United States. My favorite passages are, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Another one is, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is observed on the 3rd Monday in January. It is a day on,
not a day off.
It is the only federal holiday designated as a national day of service to encourage all Americans to volunteer to improve their community. Next Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service will be on Monday, January 18th in 2021. Oh, we got our chimes going out here. So, a little bit about inclusive volunteerism. There are many ways that you can volunteer. You can look around your local town and social service agencies like the Scouts, Boys and Girls Club,
Humane Society.
Yeah. Food banks, the Wildlife Shelter on Bainbridge Island, Special Olympics, and more. My sons and I, and Derek and I, have been volunteers at
the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium.
Right, for over 10 years. They have special projects and jobs from volunteers from all walks of the community, including people with developmental disabilities. Lots of programs out there, the ones I just named off, have opportunities for people with developmental disabilities and all differing abilities. So clearing a yard for an elderly neighbor is a way to volunteer. It doesn't have to be work done at a program. Helping other people is a good example of volunteerism, doing service for others. So Kitsap County actually has a volunteer link, and they have, a number of things like weather shelter volunteers, Adopt a Road, Park Stewardship, Master Gardeners. So you just have to go online and look them up, and we will have the link for that at the end of this video. So with that, I think we're going to talk about the cooking that we're going to be doing today. So we're going to be doing a one-stop pasta, and it is going to use foods that you could find at your local food bank, or you could buy with WIC vouchers. WIC is the Women, Infant, Children program, and it's for pregnant women, new and breastfeeding moms, and children under 5. So WIC foods, some of the foods in our pasta salad can be WIC products. So they include whole grains. So, that could be your pastas, your rice. It's fruits and vegetables, low sodium and low fat choices of cheeses and proteins like eggs, dried peas, with tuna fish. So there's baby food, breakfast cereal. Let's see, canned beans. Just all sorts of stuff. Juice, infant formula, peanut butter. So it's WIC is great for the women and children under 5. Now, for other people, they might be eligible for food from the food banks. And so we do have food here that you could get at your food bank, and a lot of canned goods, non-perishable items. They have also some, fresh fruits and vegetables at different times of the year. They also have toiletries sometimes, so you can utilize the food bank if you really need the extra nutrition that bringing in more food can give you. We have food banks all over Kitsap. So we have the Central Kitsap Food Bank, Bremerton Foodline, South Kitsap Helpline, Fishline helps in Poulsbo, Sharenet Food Bank in Kingston, and Helpline House on Bainbridge Island. So St. Vincent de Paul also in Bremerton has a food bank and online store. So you can look online for all those. And again, we'll have those at the end of the video. Let's see. We can go with our pasta now. So the pasta I'm doing is very simple. It's just A, pasta, and then B, a lean meat, which could be what, Jared?
Chicken.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yep.
Or even if you're a vegetarian, you could go with cheese and tofu.
Right. And we could have shrimp. You could have lean beef. Just any kind of meat. You can have the canned tuna. So then the third piece is the vegetables. So you can have fresh, canned, or frozen vegetables in your pasta salad. The fourth piece is the sauce. Now I have a little rule for the sauce that makes it very easy to do. It's 1 part sweet, 1 part sour, 1 part salty, and then some liquid. So let's say we wanted to make something with Mexican flair. You might do like some salsa and with some honey, with some, red hot sauce. So you've got, and then some, maybe the chicken broth. So you've got your sweet, you've got your salty, which is the red hot and the salsa. But they are also sour. So, because they have vinegars in them. And then you have some chicken broth just to kind of lighten that, because that really spicy taste. So that is just your basic sauce. You can then add on to that sauce after you have the four things. You could add, you could add olives. You could add black beans to your sauce. You could add corn to your sauce. You could add, cilantro, parsley, green onions. So it's up to you. You could add, I think we have we already have spicy, so we could do red pepper flakes too. But anything you want to add to that basic sauce that makes it yours, add some zip. Or like I said, just leave it plain. And that's good too. So then another, let's say you were doing an Asian sauce. So you might want your sweet to be plum sauce, which also has a little salt in it. You could have soy sauce for that umami saltiness. You could have the, the chicken broth for the liquid. And for this, we have the sweet. For the sour, let's do rice vinegar. So there's your main sauce. Remember all of the 4 parts. Then you can add on to it again. So I've got some green onions from my garden. I've got some basil from my garden. I might want to add, some almonds and wonton strips at the end. So I could add some red pepper flakes, or I can make it even a peanut sauce, or with using peanut butter or almond butter. So all of a sudden I have a spicy Thai peanut sauce. So you can really do, anything you want. Now, with that said, if you don't have time to whip up your 4 ingredient sauce, your sweet and sour, salty liquid, you can also just use a purchased dressing. So let's say you wanted to do an Italian pasta. Well, you don't have much time, so buy a couple of bottles of Italian. Use as much as you like. Flavor the pasta as much as you want. Some people really like the taste of the pasta and not just a little sauce, and some people want a lot of the sauce. So you could just throw on the Italian dressing and then maybe some Parmesan cheese and call it good. So, or you could do maybe ranch with a little bit of bacon bits at the end and call it good. So really, it's endless varieties. You could have, honey mustard sauce. I love that. You can mix that up with some relish and some mayo and consider that your sauce, and a little bit of chicken broth to lighten it up a bit. So I think for today, we are going to do an Asian sauce. So we are going to use a purchased ginger soy vinaigrette and 2 bottles of that, and some Asian stir-fried frozen vegetables. And then I think we're going to use the fusilli pasta. So there's the fun elbow macaroni pasta and the mini penny pasta, but we're going to use the fusilli. So, and then I think at the end, we're going to put some wonton strips and some almonds on, and green onion, green onion and basil. So with that, you know what, Derek? It's kind of hot out here. I think we need a cooler, bigger kitchen. Do you think we should use the magic of technology to go to the Marvin Williams Center? Because they have a big kitchen that we can film in.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Just as long as we get masks first.
Yeah. Okay. And then,
to wear while we're getting there.
Well, yeah, wear masks while we're getting there. Okay. So, let's see. Do we want to click our fingers? Do we want to do I Dream a Genie?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo it is. Okay. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we'll have our pasta boiling, and it's almost done. So we'll go over and get any kind of fresh vegetables you have or frozen. I happen to have a mere pot left over from some clam chowder I did the other day. So it's just some carrot, onion, celery. It's the Trinity. And I would add that into my pasta, and I would add my frozen vegetables in. Today I'm using some Ultimate Stir Fry. So I add 2 bags of that to my pasta water. And once you bring it back up to a boil, and once the pasta is finished, then you would drain it in a colander and place it in your bowl that you want to use. So, like magic of television, here we are. We have an already done pasta with vegetables. So now we want to add some fresh green onion. So Derek, that looks great. You want to cut up some green onion for me? Okay. So we've mixed our vegetables, the fresh vegetables and green onion with the pasta. We've added some wontons and some slivered almonds, and we need the chicken. So we've got this beautiful chicken that we marinated in teriyaki sauce and grilled last night. I just chunked it up. Now that pasta, I almost forgot the chicken because the pasta itself was just going to be so good without it. But we want our protein. So if you were doing a light side dish, you don't necessarily have to put the chicken in, but we want to have this as a main course. So could you give me the pasta bowl? And why is this the pasta bowl?
Because we're using it to put our pasta in it.
And what else?
It's because it also has pasta written on it.
Yes, it has pasta written on it. So we know it's the pasta bowl. So, and down. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna try and get this. This is a huge amount of pasta. So we're gonna get a workout. This is really heavy. And I'm gonna try not to overflow. But you get the idea. We've got a huge bowl of pasta going here, and it's falling over. So I'm gonna get these pieces out of there. Okay, so here we have our pasta, and we want to add just a few more little bits of green onion, a few more wonton strips on top, and then we'll serve. Ooh, that look good, especially a nice cold pasta for summer. Very healthy. Just like I said, a few ingredients: pasta, lean meat, vegetables. Some were frozen, some were fresh. The nice sauce that's got the sweet, sour, salty. And you want to get me the plates and the napkins. All right. And again, here we go. We've got baby shark, do, baby shark, do. I can also let me do it. So we are going to dish up this pasta and try a little bit. So Derek, here's yours. I got a little fork for you. Just the pieces you want, like a chicken or whatever. And I'm gonna have a nice big thing. I love the snap peas. I love chicken. I love green onions. I would have like a little more heat, so I would probably want pepper flakes on mine or chili sauce. I love peanut sauce, so if I made this sauce for myself, I might have put in some almond butter, some peanut butter. So let's try some. That's good. Absolutely great. Easy dish. Talking with my mouth full. Again, I hope everyone has a chance to try this dish. All of these sauce items, they have not been opened, so I am going to give this basket of sauce ingredients, the mix-ins, and the pastas in a basket, and we're going to have this as a door prize with a $50 grocery gift certificate at our picnic, which we're having right now. So I thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy and try our pasta dishes. Thank you.